Welcome to Log Finance. In today's episode, we're diving into a topic that's reshaping the way we think about food: ultra processed foods, or UPFs. These foods dominate supermarket shelves and our diets, offering convenience and taste like no other. But they also come with a growing list of health concerns, from obesity to chronic diseases. What makes UPFs so risky, and why is it so challenging to fully understand their impact? Let's break it all down. What are ultra processed foods? First, let's define what we're talking about. Ultra processed foods go beyond traditional food processing. Unlike minimally processed items like fruits or milk, or even staples like bread and butter, UPFs are industrial creations made by breaking down whole foods into their basic components, like sugars, starches, and proteins, and chemically reassembling them with additives. Think of fizzy drinks, sugary cereals, and frozen pizzas. They're loaded with artificial sweeteners, emulsifiers, and flavoring agents to make them tasty and shelf stable. Here's the issue: these foods now make up more than half of the calories consumed in countries like the United States and Britain. And studies consistently link diets high in UPFs to obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and even mental health problems. The nutritional dilemma. One reason UPFs are so problematic is their nutritional profile. They tend to be high in sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats, while being low in fiber and essential nutrients. This imbalance contributes to weight gain and chronic conditions. But here's where it gets tricky. Even when you control for nutrients, UPFs are still associated with poor health. A recent study by researchers at University College London reviewed dozens of studies and found that the link between UPFs and negative health outcomes persists even after adjusting for sugar, fat, and salt content. This suggests that the processing itself might be harmful. Why do people overeat UPFs? Kevin Hall, a researcher at the National Institutes of Health, conducted a groundbreaking study to explore this question. Participants alternated between diets of minimally processed foods and UPFs, with both diets matched for calorie content and nutrients. The results were eye-opening. Participants on the UPF diet ate 500 more calories per day, ate faster, and gained weight. On the processed diet, participants lost weight even without calorie restrictions. So, what's driving this overeating? Hall points to two factors: energy density. UPFs are calorie dense because manufacturers often remove water to improve shelf life. Hyperpalatability. UPFs combine ingredients like fat and sugar or salt in ways that don't occur naturally, making them irresistibly tasty and easy to overconsume. Hall's findings highlight how the very design of UPFs encourages overeating, creating a cycle of weight gain and poor health. The societal factors behind UPF consumption. But the story of UPFs isn't just about what's on our plates, it's also about societal trends. Why do we rely so heavily on these foods? Convenience. UPFs are designed for busy lifestyles. They're quick to prepare, easy to store, and often cheaper than fresh alternatives. Marketing. Food companies invest heavily in advertising, making UPFs appealing to both children and adults. Bright packaging, celebrity endorsements, and emotional appeals all play a role. Accessibility. In many areas, especially low income communities, UPFs are more readily available than fresh, minimally processed foods. This creates a reliance on unhealthy options. These factors make it difficult to reduce UPF consumption, even when people are aware of their risks. The challenges of defining and regulating UPFs. Another complexity lies in defining what counts as an ultra processed food. The NOVA classification system, created by Carlos Montero, has been instrumental in raising awareness, but it's not without controversy. For example, NOVA labels any food with artificial additives as a UPF, even if it's otherwise nutritious. This can lead to mixed messages. A Harvard study found that while sweetened drinks and processed meats were linked to higher risks of heart disease, some UPFs, like breakfast cereals and yogurt, were associated with lower risks. This lack of clarity makes it hard for policymakers to create balanced dietary guidelines. Should all UPFs be avoided, or are some acceptable? What's next? The road to solutions. The good news is that researchers like Kevin Hall are working to uncover the specific mechanisms behind UPF harm. Is it the high energy density, the hyperpalatability, or a combination of factors? Ongoing studies aim to answer these questions, which could help food manufacturers reformulate products to make them healthier. However, if the harm stems from a complex combination of ingredients and processes, finding solutions will be much harder. Governments and public health organizations will need to refine their definitions of UPFs and work with the food industry to create clearer guidelines. What can you do? As consumers, we have a role to play too. Here are some steps you can take to reduce UPF consumption. Choose minimally processed foods whenever possible. Think fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Read labels carefully to avoid products with long lists of artificial ingredients. Cook at home more often. Preparing meals from scratch gives you control over what goes into your food. Be mindful of marketing. Don't let flashy ads sway your choices. Closing thoughts. Ultra processed foods are a growing health concern, but addressing their risks requires more than just avoiding the snack aisle. It's a complex issue involving nutrition, societal trends, and industrial practices. While science is working to pinpoint the exact harms, we already know enough to take action, both individually and collectively. Thank you for joining me on Log Finance. If you found this episode insightful, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with others. Together, we can make informed choices and advocate for a healthier future. Until next time, stay curious, stay healthy, and keep asking the tough questions.